They did. So there's Operation Earnest Will in the 80s and Operation Praying Mantis in the 80s. In both cases, they tried to. We actually had naval battles with them in those two operations. So they've done it before.
Yeah. You get kicked out of Matt's room. I think BB kicked me out for calling him a name. That's fine. Oh.
Pepe, I mean, if you think logically, and you look at the top GDP countries on the planet, and plus our World War II victory, and plus our involvement in the Middle East for the past 25 years, I can't understand why you're sitting here on a Friday afternoon flummoxed as to why the United States has decided to intervene and assert dominance. What planet do you live on?
It's unpopular with the Americans, dude. This is not.
It is unpopular, but why would it be unpopular with you?
Oh, because I feel like it's a bullshit war that is literally, and this is where I think there's a lot of dishonesty. This is something that will help Israel. It's Israel's biggest threat. It has been their biggest threat for decades.
How is it a threat to Israel?
Well, who funded? Who was giving aid to Hamas to let them do October 7th? Hezbollah can still fire rockets.
Okay.
And Iran can still fire rockets to you guys.
Yeah. So one threat to Israel is the funding of terror proxies, right? That's what you just said. Yeah. Anything else?
And of course they send missiles and rockets.
And a direct threat through missiles. Okay. Why do we think that? Well, is your subtle point here that you don't care if they do that?
No, my subtle point is that it's not. It is to the benefit of Israel, and I'm sick and tired of the people putting a spin on it, trying to say, "Oh no, it's for America." No, it's not. Like we all see through this. The biggest problem people like me have, and a lot of people that write for it, is at least if there was sincerity. I know we're trying to.
So you don't mind the war? You don't like somehow. I mean, this is a little bit like a jealous sibling. Like why does Tommy like? Yeah, it's not that you don't think that we should kick their ass. You do. It's just you don't like it because it benefits Israel.
No, I don't. I would never. No, like I said, I did not want to, like a major really attack organization on them. The fear was that it was going to become it was going to cause a lot of regional damage. It was going to end up carrying risk between us and we have a fairly good relationship with the Arab Gulf countries. I don't know about that.
Well, because we're the ones who are defending them. Israel and the United States, both coordinating through CENTCOM, are the ones who created the missile shield over, or it's like their own version of the Iron Dome.
Yeah, but they're also the reason why you're getting hit, because we struck Iran, and now they're leashing out at everybody.
I've heard that before, and to me, that's very weird reasoning. So if I punch, I mean, I don't mean this personally, obviously, so I'm sure you'll allow the analogy. If I punch you, and then you go in the backyard and kick your dog, or punch your little brother, or go punch some rando on the street, you're blaming me for punching you?
Well, to an extent, I mean, they realize that the alliance that those countries have with Israel, and it's no secret, it came out before the attacks that, or I think the day of the attacks, that MBS was also, like, I guess trying to convince Trump to do the attack.
We've been firing missiles at their country from those countries, bro. It's not like they're just sitting there neutral.
But they're attacking the civilians in those countries.
But they don't.
By the way, they didn't fire missiles until Iran struck them. We've been firing from our naval assets because we didn't want to involve them.
I don't know what you expect them to do. They don't. Do you think they have any way of delivering like a stealth way of delivery and with a pinpoint accurate rocket or missile? They don't have that.
This is a weird question. Again, if I hit you and then you go find some rando in the street, or your friend,
it's not a rando.
They're allies. They're Muslim brothers, and you go and hit your little brother because I punched you, and then you blame me for what you did?
Well, the Sunnis are not Muslim brothers.
Well, they are and they aren't. This is the weird thing. The one thing that seems to ally them actually is hatred of Jews and Israel. And they hate Israel because it's Jewish sovereignty, and they believe in the apocalyptic coming of absolute Muslim domination of the world. Especially this year, kind of more intense.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's like you see quite a bit. I think of that going on with I don't know which Israelis we are, but I mean they're pretty open about talking about wanting to be not just a regional, but like a global superpower. Not a,
well, I don't know about global, but certainly we have become a regional superpower, particularly in the last few years, out of necessity. That isn't going to change. But there's certainly no need or desire. Like Israel is not going to want to take over any Muslim country because they're mostly all bigger. And so what are we going to do? Try to rule over 10 million Arabs? We don't even want to rule over Gaza. We left Gaza, which only has like what, 1.5 million? Like Israel has no desire to rule over people who hate them. I mean.
So wait, Pepe, is your complaint that you don't like the gang? And so you're basically just, because technically everything can just be subdivided into gang warfare. So you're just angry with the gang, right, Pepe?
No, I don't want us to interact with wars.
This is what I sort of think. Who's that speaking there? Is that Chicago? Used to be Chicago cheeseburger. So Trump was kind of saying, you know how the Democrats love the people of color and transgender and gays and climate change and every other weird sort of kind of empty virtue signaling group of the month. Well, Trump was saying, no, I like you white guys. I like America first. It's sort of the subtext there is white guys. But by the way, a lot of minority folks also voted for him with that same like America first thing. And now it's not because Trump is kicking ass in Iran, because he is. And it's not because we're not succeeding in Iran, because we are. It's just that somehow some part of them doesn't like the Jews, doesn't like Israel, and so it just bothers them that the United States is allying with Israel. Like, they didn't really object to the Iraq War, if you remember, right?
Yeah, we really objected to it, though. But that's the difference, though, is that everybody was really against the war in Iraq by the mid to late 2000s.
At the end of it,
even the veterans. We're fucking serious about us staying in Afghanistan for 20 years, for us trying to nation build and even invade Iraq in the first place. Because we know there weren't any weapons of mass destruction. So we didn't want to get involved in wars in the Middle East again.
Norma, I don't think you're ever going to get through to little Pepe here, because technically he's just a professional complainer, and you can't actually fix a professional complainer.
They're going to respond. I think I do get through to him, and I think I'm understanding him in a weird way.
You see, Pepe doesn't understand that hold on a second. Hold on. You don't understand that Trump has hold on. Trump has obliterated a terrible legacy of terrorism that was created when they raided our beautiful embassy. And so that's why I have to say is Pepe is actually just voicing the concern of the herd. The herd will always say war is bad and it's a racket. But the truth is it takes real leadership, real courage and strength to destroy bad behavior and legacy bad behavior at that. So what Pepe is actually just doing is complaining. This is Chicago Mayor. I am complete.
To be worth the squeeze. We all hate the IRGC. If it could be like very quick, minimal effort, the IRGC's overthrown and they're gone, that would be, nobody is against that. Nobody likes Iran. Or
what about if we beat the hell out of them, but we don't kill them?
Obviously, my hope would be that the IRGC is overthrown. Now that it's started, but it's like,
we know how
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, regime change is a very big ask. Now, I will tell you, and this has not been widely reported, but because it's actually out there, because I'm listening to various Mossad chiefs, various CIA chiefs, various former generals of CENTCOM, like Frank McKenzie. And first of all, the apparatus, the architecture for bringing down this regime is far more advanced than anybody is admitting. And the CIA is on the ground there now, as is Mossad. There are cracks in the edifice of this regime. People are not showing up for work. Obviously, the leadership has been destroyed, then destroyed again, then destroyed again. So I would say we don't have boots on the ground, but we have black shoes on the ground, meaning our operatives, Mossad and CIA, doing everything they can to see if they can encourage the real boot to bring this regime down. They're trying.
You know, maybe many people doesn't know here. He's acting like the CIA and the Mossad. They are badass, smart. That's not true. No, that's not true. Let me
The
correct you.
achievements have been breathtaking. Bringing down, like taking out. Imagine the penetration to bring down. What was the guy's name again? Now, Larigia, Soleimani, Nasrallah.
I agree. But
Ayatollah Khamenei.
I let you talk for all the time. Can you give me like at least a freaking minute?
I agree with you, El Normo. These are incredible accomplishments on behalf of military intelligence.
Make your point.
Like, okay. So I don't know if you live in Israel before or not, or if you have a connection. There is a village, multiple places in Israel, the mafia killing each other, and they make a mass murder in Israel, especially like I see.
Post the link in the chat. I'll have to Google that one.
All right, dude, do I have to kick you down, dude? Shut the fuck up and let him finish.
Are you talking about what? The Arab mafia, the Russian mafia, what?
Okay, so the Shabak doesn't even know how to arrest them, but they can arrest someone living in Iran. Isn't funny? Can you
So
explain
you
that to me?
understand that Shabak is internal and Mossad is external. They're different organizations.
Yeah, because they obviously are failing. The Shabak cannot arrest a mafia, and they cannot stop the killing.
Okay, this is unrelated to Iran entirely.
No, I'm gonna give you just an example that this is how it's hypocrite. You have a mafia and you have a terrorist inside
You
Israel.
already gave that
And they cannot
example.
arrest them.
It's not the same people. Shabak is the Shin Bet. Shabak is the nickname for Shin Bet.
No shit, Sherlock. I know it's different, but they are
Then
failing.
why did you compare two unrelated organizations?
Because they are failing. They cannot stop the
Who is
terrorism
failing?
inside Israel.
I'm talking about the Mossad and the. Did you know, by the way,
Okay,
that the
why
Mossad
did you
stole
know
the
about
nuclear
October
program?
7?
I'm
Why did
asking
you
you
know
a
about
question.
October 7? Why did you know about October 7?
It was a failure. It was a failure. That's Shabak's failure.
Just one time. They failed one time.
No, you asked about one time. I answered you about one time. Did you go to college or anything? Because again, it sounds like your reasoning ability is very limited. You're not reasoning correctly.
Answer. Why they allow terrorism inside Israel, and they cannot arrest those mafia, and
What
they
mafia
allow
are you talking about?
multiple mafia, the Sechnin mafia.
Okay. Are they Arab or are they Russian or what are you talking about?
Oh, those Arab. Do you want the Jewish one? You want the Jewish one?
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
They are made. They are
Do you understand that the CIA? Do you understand that the CIA is a different organization than the FBI?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
FBI,
Do you understand that the Shabak is a different organization than the Mossad?
Correct. Yes, it's totally different.
So
yes.
why don't we talk about the Mossad? Let's talk about 2018 when Mossad stole the entire nuclear program records, 100,000 documents from Tehran. Went into the building in Tehran, got all the documents out, and smuggled them out of the country. We have those documents.
The same document they stole from United States, CIA, correct?
No, incorrect. It has nothing to do with the American CIA.
You don't have traitors, Israelis.
What's up there? Are you on to another topic now?
No, you're talking about like acting like those Mossad are smart ass stealing from Iran.
Well, yeah, they're probably the best intelligence organization on the planet.
Huh? They don't steal from United States, CIA. You don't have a traitor.
Okay, so you're changing the topic again?
Okay, continue.
Okay, so you're questioning the penetration of the CIA and the Mossad into Iran's regime. Are you questioning that? No, you're agreeing with it. So if you're agreeing with it, then what's your point? Your point is that we're not perfect? Right, we're human beings, we're not perfect. I agree with you. Nobody's perfect, except for God. Any other point?
Norma, I hate to disagree with you, but Bibi Netanyahu and Donald Trump are perfect, and they're just a little bit below the level of God, in my opinion. I know it's not a fact.
Yeah, of course, you're gonna defend the pedophile supporter, of course. Do you love?
Are you projecting your own culture right now and your own personal behavior? Hello?
You are defending a pedophile supporter, so I don't know.
Dumpster fire.
Who's the pedophile supporter?
He's
He entered the room. He couldn't take it.
I'm more mature now. Like I care about certain shit. Like
Pepe! We made him explode. Pepe, the Pepe implosion.
Fucking and whatnot. If you guys are together at that moment, why not be like, okay, you know what? We too grown for this shit. Let's stop. Let's try to figure this out.
Pepe implodes.
He has like what, $1.5 million? Like we want to rule over Gaza. We love Gaza, but he only has like what, $1.5 million? Like we want to rule over Gaza. We love.
Pepe implodes. El Normo, good Shabbos.
new listing just came out.
Did he in the room or just?
Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore. He thought he was platforming J-Word, so he decided to just, run on, wherever he's going in this beautiful afternoon.
He entered the room.
Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore. His brain imploded from all the information coming in. He can't deal with that. He just lives to try to antagonize and, ruffle feathers and spread hate. I don't know why you give him any kind of courtesy or respect. He's nothing but scum, in my opinion.
Well, I've the stories of FBI guys. I became friends with them, and I see how they treat their adversaries like the big mafia guys to their arrest. And it's sort of a friendly, smoky relationship. Like, as an example, this FBI guy, I guess I won't use his name right now, but I can. He wrote a book, Joe O'Brien, and he told me that he used to buy the mafia birthday cards. And it's that kind of trolling. It's kind of genius.
Yeah.
And then the other mafia guys would think that the FBI, like that they had become informants, that they became. It's really nasty. And I said, so and then Joe said to me, and I always bought Hallmark cards because I cared enough to send the very best. That's what he said. Another time there was a mafia guy who was following him out of a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and so Joe sort of blocked the entrance because the guy was pissing him off, honking his horn and stuff. Was a mafia guy, and he got out of his car and he took out his revolver and he pointed it at him, and he had to testify at a trial about this. Like, he could have gotten in trouble for pulling his weapon. And he said to the judge, Your Honor, I hadn't had my coffee yet. I hadn't even had my cup of coffee. I mean, these guys, so I'm trying to make an analogy to me. It's like, I'm going to deal with these guys. I want to know what's going on in their head. I want to troll them. I want to feel understand them. And Pepe has helped me in a number of, when I was trolling Sorum, Pepe got in there and helped me. We became like a tag team, beating up.
Yeah. I get it.
We practically made Soren cry. I'm not kidding. We just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I roast Pepe, but I don't, like actually personally hate him. But I just hate that, like, he's using his life. That's my critique, as an artist, to say I'm just critiquing his artist, that I just wish he could brand it, and make himself a comedian. Call himself Pepe, King of Comedy. Like, just brand it for what it is, but don't, the way he frames everything is Jewish hatred. It's horribly obnoxious.
And hatred of black people. Did you see the King of Comedy movie?
I did. It's genius and funny, yeah.
It's genius. And the clip came up on my YouTube feed like a couple days ago. And I'm watching both Jerry Lewis, which is an amazing performance. It's genius casting on Scorsese's part. I think he wanted Johnny Carson, by the way, and Johnny Carson declined. But Jerry Lewis is a real actor, actually, amazingly. And Robert De Niro with a role, he's never played a role like that again. A sort of a nervous, fidgety, kind of jokey, like loser, but with a weird kind of will, to kidnap this guy. And he's wearing these goofy glasses.
Yeah.
The movie really, really holds up.
Yep.
And I took my kid to see The Joker, which you probably saw with Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then I said, okay, I can't believe this film is really unbelievable. We both loved it. Todd Phillips was there, so I sent Julie to go talk to him. And Julie was 15 and said, oh God, are you recording this phone call?
Yeah, I'm live.
On what?
On YouTube, on Clubhouse.
Okay. Anyway, so I sent the kid up and to talk to him, and like they had a really great talk. Which was kind of cool because, again, my kid was his target audience, like teenagers who were into comics and superheroes. Anyway, after we saw Joker, I said, okay, now we have to watch King of Comedy because there are a lot of references to King of Comedy in the movie The Joker. And the whole idea of the celebration of these sort of losers who are looking for celebrity, it was prescient in a way that only really good art can be. I mean, look at how it sort of foretold the rise of nudnik celebrities, like just name any of these stupid YouTubers who are getting all this attention. And I mean, unfortunately, Pepe is a little bit like that, right? And so are like these Palestinian guys. They're lovable losers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a category, but it's one in which I like to compete. I mean, I give you credit for wanting to communicate with him, and I think it's important, but I also think it's important to like record these horribly pointless, stupid conversations, just so because they're everywhere, and actually Pepe isn't even as toxic as some of these hardcore rooms on X. I know we've discussed it, but they changed it from JQ Radio to CQ Radio, Christian Question Radio, but it's the same exact shtick of racist, extreme hatred and insanity, so I don't know. I mean, I want to help people. I want to help people stop. I want to help people stop being their own worst enemy in terms of the content that they're creating, because it's got to be like living in hell. If all you do is create hell in your conversation, your life is hell. And I don't know if these people can even admit it, that they're just miserable and unhappy, and they're doing this to try to fill their own lack of joy in life. So it's pathetic, and that's why I like roasting them.
I have a different question for you. Why did people get the idea somehow that the FBI was investigating you for that other congressional? Like, how did that lie start?
That was Jay Breska, because he was salty that he gave me like a couple $100, $200, $300, whatever he gave me, and he was just salty. So he came on Clubhouse, dropped his little lie to try to make himself feel better, that he felt like he wasted his money or something. But that was all Jay Breska. That was his final little F you, I guess, to me for roasting him all the time. He just came on Clubhouse and he said, yeah, 2 weeks ago, the FBI showed up at my front door and they said, hey, were you the #1 contributor to John Kitover? Because we investigated him for, this. So he says, then he came 2 weeks ago. It's like, oh, really? 2 weeks passed by and you just came online to tell everybody. Okay, Jay. That's just his shtick. He's a race-stirring hypocrite. And, he's obnoxiously, I know you've met him, but that's what he does. He creates these white...
I don't agree with your characterization. I like him okay. I think he's... listen, I respect human beings for where they are. Nobody's perfect, and I don't agree with your characterization.
It's just my opinion. I don't really, I like you, but I'm just saying, I thank Jay Bresca for giving me the money. I had an incredible steak dinner, fish dinner, stayed at a hotel, got signatures. I would buy the guy dinner, but I'm just saying that's where that bullshit came from. But he's not the only bullshitter. A journalist who does fake news here, he put that blurb saying that allegedly John Kitover committed widespread fraud. Allegedly. And that alone to me is, obnoxious. But I have said my opponent has committed fraud, in the trillions. So it's like, am I going to get upset because some fat loser with a herpes sore says I committed fraud? No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk shit about him in the same way that he talks shit about me. Nobody's going to jail or getting arrested or there's any kind of lawsuit or jury trial. It's just all fucking online bullshit, El Normo. That's what it is. It's just shit talking. Why do you think there's all these murders? It's because of people on the internet shit talking on Instagram. These cops have to investigate the Instagram messages to find out who the fuck murdered this person. It's online beef. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just saying that, in terms of
now social media is a big part of the evidence.
Yeah, but it's all online gossip and lashon hara. So it's better. I've read Maimonides wrote that it's better to spread lashon hara than it is to listen to lashon hara. It's Jewish law. It's worse to listen to it than it is to say it. So guard your ears more than you guard your mouth.
That's a good point, man. All right. Well, good job to you and good talking to you.
Okay, good job. Take care. Ribono Shalom.
I had the excuse, but even then, I'm not even in here like that. If you look, you can see, like 1 or 2 rooms. That's it, right? So then you do whatever you need to do. I see them all these lessons. But I get it, And then you got some people, I guess they got a thing now on here where you get paid, that you can get paid or something like that. One guy, that's what they talk about. If, I guess they trying to make it seem like they're going to get super paid. And I'm like, okay. No, I know, but it's like how you don't spot when you say they're not, they think you're hating or you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, first of all, you don't even have a big room. You think somebody's going to pay $20 a month or something, or $50 a month to be in your room. Whoever does that has a sickness.
True. What's up, Chicago?
Oh, somebody at the bottom? Okay.
No, you good, man. Focus on the road, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, we're pissing off.
Now I'm just pinging people in there. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Well, the money thing on here is stupid because if they just actually made it like a tipping thing, or even it's just so stupid. They do everything, in a way that makes it inefficient or actually usable. So their product innovations, whether it's a monthly subscription or gold coins, they're never going to make it off of that. But they're already making it off of just selling all the data because the government wastes a huge amount of money buying data from stupid third-party data brokers that buys this app's stupid fucking useless data.
Right. That is funny that you say that because the data or the information, they have it from other platforms. If we on other stuff, whether it's Facebook or just your credit card, right? Which they sell, like you bought my name 10 times, or like, you know what I'm saying, from different places. So it's like that's recycled.
It's just because the government has so much money to spend, and Microsoft says, "Oh, we got more data. You can buy more data." You know, so this app is literally, it's amazing that it is still alive. But I think that it will go into syndication eventually and shut down, because the data broker buying spree will eventually fade, and it'll be very, very specific. No, because no one who wants to advertise at a profit, if they don't run at a profit, they stop working with you. So eventually, the data that this app generates will become redundant, and there's no reason to continue buying it when you've already bought it 4 times over.
Come Chicago.
What's going on, Dennis?
Yo, what's up, Dennis? What's up, Rob?
Where you guys from, man?
What's up, y'all? I'm from Vegas, bro. Where y'all from?
We just talking about Vegas.
Yeah, I'm from New York, but I live in North Carolina now.
Carolina.
Shit, what's NC saying?
Who said they from North Carolina?
I live in North Carolina now. I'm not from there. I'm from New York. I'm from by Yankee Stadium in the South Bronx.
I never been to Carolina. I'm sorry.
Neither. That's why I'm asking. What's Carolina like?
Oh, I didn't know you said that. My bad, Rob. Yeah, my bad. But Carolina is
we had a world tournament down there in Carolina.
Carolina is nice, just depending on the area you live in. You know what I'm saying? It depends what you want to do for you to live in a specific area. If you like to party and you really want to go out, you go to Charlotte. If you want to settle down and be relaxed, you go to the outskirts of Charlotte, and you go to the outskirts of Raleigh. You know, and it depending on your income bracket is where you live at. You know what I'm saying?
What's the big airport at? That's Charlotte, right?
No, RDU. RDU is bigger than Charlotte.
Yo, Chicago, where you from?
I was born inside Uranus, next to Saturn and Neptune.
I'm just like, I was down in Charlotte, man. We had a tournament down there. And it's a cool town, man.
What kind of tournament?
We had a world karate tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll be back in, I think, next year we're going to go back. Because this year it's going to be at Illinois. Then back to Charlotte. Then Florida.
CBS News said.
That sounds real cool, bro. That sounds really good.
Yeah, we do some dope shit, man.
Wish I got to do some shit like that, man.
Get your ass in the car and drive. Sure.
Nah, I'll be driving too much any goddamn way. That's my only
You a
problem.
truck driver?
Nah, man. Me and my family, we got an auto shop. We do like plastic car restorations for movies. Spoilers, all this sort of stuff. We got a custom auto shop, so we be in.
And where you from?
Vegas.
Oh, you don't want to say Vegas, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was Dennis who said he was from Vegas.
No, that's
We missed the whole room. I was sweating. We were speaking about last January 1st.
Oh, word?
Oh, yes.
That sounds good, man.
Because I'm sitting here and the young lady brought up, she like classics. One of the ladies in the room. I started talking about buying, which never recover and start all over. Because I just got tired of it and sold everything. I said, shit, the next one that I'm getting 72 Chanel.
That's what I got right now. I got a green. Hey man, it's a beautiful car, man. You can't blame me. You can't blame me now.
What you got under the hood?
Not much, to be honest, man. I'm trying to keep the street legal. I'm not trying to do too much with it. You know, it's just trying to get me from point A to point B, but it just looks good. That's enough for me.
Members of this Congress.
And also, it's the 17th bubble back.
I just want to emphasize how critical it is that everyone get
Man, that sounds sweet. What if I tell you, man?
Sitting in the garage.
What if I tell you, man? We had a client come in with a Grand National. I had never seen a Grand National. That was in pristine condition, and he wanted us to do some work on it. And I was more than happy to. I just never seen it. And I've always seen a couple of Grand Nationals in and around town, but I never seen one that was just, how do I say it? I would drive this car, right? It just needed some extra new rims, sound system, you name it. But
What it was, door panels. No, they didn't have any door panels. It was a black one with 6x9s.
that sounds good. That sounds good.
6x9s in those. Yo, you gotta show me some work, brother. I want to show you some work.
Broadacres. Come around Broadacres, man. That's where we located.
I would ship my shit out and give you.
Hey, it's all right, man. We giving out deals, man. Business is booming. I'll tell you what. I'm very happy. You know what it is? Some people might look at me as if they're fucked up for saying this, but I'm really happy ICE is in town. Because they are just fucking up everyone's cars. They are high-speed chases like it's GTA. They fucking up everyone's cars. We're getting a lot of business.
Well, we're gonna do this. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna what's up, look? We're gonna bring 5 people in. We're gonna talk some mad shit. And I would say that. Oh, which one was better, Grand National or the Monte Carlo?
If you ask me, I'm going with the Grand National. I got to.
Okay.
You can do a lot with that car, I'm telling you, man. You can do a lot with that. Monte Carlo, I'll say this, man. It's a little bit too, how do I say it? A little bit too old. That's a car I would drive if I'm trying to get off the grid. With the Grand National, that's how I roll up into the city.
For what year? You go 84, 85.
I'll go 85. I'll go 85.
Okay.
I like the body of it, that's why.
They had a G-body.
You know, man. But I feel
I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know it.
I'm not gonna run my mouth.
You know your shit, man, but sorry to derail the conversation. We're going into the cars and stuff like that, guys.
Nah,
You're going into the cars and stuff like that.
Discussion, brother.
You know, it's an open discussion, but I don't know what we were talking about. We're talking about the government. I'm like, ooh, this is a real conversation we got going on.
I don't want to go in, guys, I don't want to go into religion and politics. We just hanging out, man. Just chilling. Because you're going to have a whole lot of idiots going to say some stupid shit. And it's going to be a racial conversation. No, I'm not doing that shit tonight.
Y'all talking about y'all classic, yeah. Y'all talking about y'all classic cars. I'm not into the classic cars. Like, I could look at them, but I don't never care to own any of them. But I could appreciate it. If somebody's driving one, I'm like, oh, that look nice. You know what I'm saying?
Why not, Rob?
You know, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I don't have like a real reason. Like I said, it's not like I don't like them. I like them. If I see it, I could appreciate it. You know, I've been around people who got, and they look nice. I'm like, well, that look nice.
I told you what I know more or less about the guy. He's a postmodernist philosopher, and he debated postmodernists. And I don't do that. The enemy is my enemy.
basically aneurysm or brain bleed and stuff. So, and he went on about his whole story.
I heard you just say Southern slur twice. I didn't hear you say drunk. My bad.
I do like how we get all the drunks that show up here just randomly coming in all the time.
Hey, it's Friday. I'm about to be one of the. I'm getting ready for my party right now.
Oh yeah, that's my fiance. She's already drunk. She's already out.
Hey.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody! I just want to let you all know that Bitcoin is not the real-time indicator. You guys have created every stupid Bitcoin room title ever conceived under the sun, and you guys are still fucking hypnotized with your bullshit called Bitcoin. Wake up! It's called the U.S. dollar, dummy! It ain't big.
Our is maybe Ivy League, but more of a ghetto Ivy League. That's what I would call it.
Oh, so what you're not gonna do? Hold on. Guess what you're not gonna do?
What you're not going to do is say, hello? Bitcoin.
In the trunk on bike. Real slow, but I rap real fast. Old drum machine and a whole lot of brass. Now I stripped it down to a kick and a snare and a low end wig put a bend in the air. I'm the one in black with a grin in the front end. Mic in my wrist, crowd in my hand. Not too fancy, baby. Straight to the bone, make a car like jump.
Dennis.
In the room, little sound, just watch come in, watch the wall divide. By the left side, cool, and the right side, black. By the air, when the blood come back. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, get down. Shake that block, make that backseat jump. Put that gun in the trunk, Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, if you ain't no rock, better act like that. Old school bitch with a cold cut rap. Home flash, once in the corner, like sticky fit creep like it. Walk all night, try snare hit with a slap, no kiss. Whole groove built on a little like this. I don't need much, just space in the powerful war song of Megatron, the supreme master and commander of the known life universe.
I heard that. It's all right. No level up for you. You can get a soda.
I've only slept for 5 hours. 6 days since your sunflowers. There's 7 reasons I shouldn't go back to you. I know. I told you on the 8th that I wanna break new tape backs. That night I watched you cry. My eyes were dry, but I hope you know. Go play on the table. Mama working 2 shift size fatal. Bills so louder than the praise we stay. Hope kept bouncing like a rental day. Hand me down shoe. 3 in the morning. But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety, evil force, I am the God who giveth all. Is she bad when I see that one? 20 I ask you to sacrifice. Nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 20 red wines. Life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 20 feet. Only if ye are sorrowful, or weary, or angry, or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. Immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth before an hour hath struck upon the bell. You shall be with me in the groves, and are beyond decay.
lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the soul. But the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. 18. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery, until they can no longer stand upright, then will I despise. 19. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who
In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. When I fly, my light as a hawk, of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. 2. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice! Rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. 6. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. 7. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. 9. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. 10. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. 1. I fly and I light as an hawk, of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. 2. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice! Rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation.
Honesty, man. Look at this again.
altar. I am the God who giveth all. 21 light, life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. 22. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 21. Only if ye are sorrowful or weary or angry or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the grooves of Eleusis. 24. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. 26. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 27. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you a certain consciousness. 30. I offer it at once on earth, before an hour hath struck upon the bell. Ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. 31. Also I give you power earthly and joy earthly, wealth and health and length of days. Adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. 32. Only your mouths shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Icus. They shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. 33. I reveal unto you a great mystery. Ye stand between the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. 34. In either awaits you a companion, and that companion is yourself. 35. Ye can have no other companion. 36. Many have arisen being wise. They have said, speak out the glittering image in the place of the golden, and unite yourselves with it. 37. Many have arisen being foolish. They have said, stoop down unto the darkly splendid world and be wedded to that blind creature of the slime. 38. I who am beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say unto you, achieve both weddings. Unite yourselves with both. 39. Beware, beware. low, the hells. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 21 light, life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. 22. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 23. Only if ye are sorrowful or weary or angry or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful, these are mine enemies. And I am come to destroy them. 26. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth. Before an hour had struck upon the bell, ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. 31. Also, I give you power, earthly joy, earthly wealth, and health, and length of days. Adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. 31. Your mouths shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Iacchus. They shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. 31. I reveal unto you a great mystery. Ye stand between the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. 31. In either awaits you a companion, and that companion is yourself. 31. Ye can have no other companion. 31. Many have arisen, being wise. They have said, seek out the glittering image in the place ever golden, and unite yourselves with it. 30 then. Many have arisen, being foolish. They have said, stoop down unto the darkly splendid world, and be wedded to the blind creature of the slime. 31. When beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say unto you, achieve both weddings, unite yourselves with both. 41. Beware, beware, I say, lest ye seek of the one and lose the other. 40 by death stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the hells. In the name of the Lord of initiation, amen. I fly and I alight as an hawk of mother of emerald on my mighty sweeping wings. I swoop down upon the black earth and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. 11. I pour you lustral wine, that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. Come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadows. They flee away, but my joy abideth even unto the end. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage, conquer, and fear shall ye approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the sword. But the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail. Those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery until they can no longer stand upright. Them will I despise. You who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20, I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. In the name of the Lord at initiation, amen. And I fly and I lie as a hawk of mother of emerald on my mighty sweeping wing. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. Free children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your folly. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that you do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. I pour you lustful wine that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. Oh. 12, come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. Oh. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadow. Oh. They flee away, but my joy abideth even to the end. Oh. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage cool and fear shall ye approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar. Expecting the sweep of the soul, but the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery until they can no longer stand upright. Then will I despise. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20 I ask you to sacrifice, nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. Oh. Oh. Came the deepest breath of the day. Hold it, count it in your shade. King chest. 1, 2, 3. You stay. 10.
not night. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light. Fill every quiet corner inside. Let it go. Let it go. You've been saving every small regret, starved in the attic of your ribs. Now they're idle as the seconds stretch. 4, 5, 6, forget. 10, not 11. 10, not 9. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light. Take what you can carry tonight. Let it go. Let it go. Seven, 8, hearts hesitate. Oh, 9 and the edges blur. 10 and your fingers loosen. All that weight falls back to earth. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light. Fill up and surrender the fire. Let it go. Let it go.
Cup implodes.
fishing was mostly couples, and they find out that what the mission done, i.e., majority of the groups of people up from that list, and I think a minority of that 5 million gonna be the activists that we need to be dealing with.
Well, good Shabbos, everybody. Rabbanu Shalom, another Shabbos miracle. We're about to liberate Iran once and for all. Finally, 40, 50, 60 years in the making. It only took one man made of orange and 2 giant balls of steel. Strength and courage. Massive testicles. Huge balls.
Wait. He had no justification to go in there because the world should just be full of peace and love. And if we just be peaceful with the mullahs, I'm sure they'll be peaceful with us. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta just show love and then give them money. And I'm sure they'll be friends with us. What do you think? What do you think? You think that'll work?
Well, it works with Israel.
I have no idea what you're saying.
What do you mean it works with Israel, though?
No. I'm trolling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
No. I mean, listen. I support.
No, but Othello said that comment. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, it was a mountain. It was Othello.
It means that we give them money and they're friends with us.
They don't want the money.
Hold on. Like, you're still going on about this misconception, and you've been educated about it so many times. You don't give Israel nothing. Like, do you understand that?
Educated.
What Israel? So what the United States gives to Israel? Israel gives back 10 times the amount of what they actually get, and the amount of money that is given to Israel has to be spent in the United States of America, up to 94%. And as of at the end of this year, it'll be 100% of it. It creates jobs. It stimulates your economy. You understand that, right? And in exchange, Israel gives technology, intel to the United States of America that's valued 10 times the amount of money that's in exchange. What has any other country, what has Gaza given back to the United States of America? What has Ukraine given back to the United States of America? What have all these countries given back to the United States of America? So I want to know. You're saying that Israel has given over $300 billion to the United States of America?
More.
In what way?
Oh, God.
In intel, in technology, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sickening how uneducated you guys are. Like, it's really scary, bro. That you're gonna have children one day, and they're gonna be learning from you, and you're gonna be trying to educate children with these mush brains. It's so sad that you guys think. I hear your stories that you guys believe that the United States funds the healthcare system inside Israel.
You sound like a fucking head. You're gonna have to show me some sources to where Israel has.
I don't even have to. You can do it yourself. Go on ChatGPT right now. Go on any Perplexity. Go on Grok. Go on anything. Google. Find out how the funding works with Israel, and then ask how much money has Israel given back with technology and intel and all kinds of innovations, and then ask what Ukraine or Uganda or Gaza, any of these countries, ask them what they've given back to the United States. You're going to see zero, big zippa, nothing. And then ask what the Americans value, what they get back from Israel, what that's valued at, and you're going to be shocked. It's actually sad, brother.
So we give them money to buy things from us.
No, that's not how it works either. So say you give Israel $1 billion. Israel now has to spend it in the United States of America. And what they do is, so they'll build weaponry that they buy back from the United States of America. Like, it's scary how uninformed you guys are. And I listen to it day in and day out. And you guys are so convinced about it. That's the scary part. You're convinced about bullshit. You can do a simple search.
It doesn't matter. They still benefit.
Listen, BB, listen, I wake up every morning.
From the money.
Hold on.
Are you joking? Do you know how much you guys benefit from the money? Do you know how much the United States of America benefits from having Israel as an ally?
Listen.
You're gonna say nothing.
They still get the money, right? And in the end, they get military devices and gadgets. They still.
Are you? That's the see again. You're sick in your head. Do you know the technology that Israel has given to the United States in their F-35s and all their airplanes and all their fighter jets and all their armory and all their equipment? Do you understand the technology that Israel gives to the United States of America that you benefit from?
It's not only that.
It's so scary.
BB. What happens is when Israel bought the F-35s in the United States, they bought them stripped out. And Abby mentioned this earlier. And what happened is they bought them stripped out and they put in their own technology. After they came back and they showed Israel the type of technology they put in and they showed its capabilities in war, they saved actually America billions of dollars in tech, having to do research and development and actually having to, make their jets capable of having this technology to fight in a war and to be proven to have air superiority in the sky. So that people don't realize how much the R&D that comes into this stuff as well, right? It's billions of dollars a year.
There's a new technology that they just developed where it's the guidance on how the plane flies itself and also how missiles are directed comes through the helmet of the pilot and just the movement of the head of the pilot and can direct the actual targeting of missils, and it is pretty extraordinary stuff. I mean, that's just one thing I just saw an R&D on, but yeah.
No, I want to bring up too, because Harry brought it up like 4 months ago, and it was actually pretty amazing. And then the people in the room didn't realize how powerful of a statement what he made. And I still think about it today. And if I ask guys like Othello or any of these people that hate Israel just because they want to, because they think it's the fucking going trend.
It's because Tucker told them to.
Yeah, well, you guys believe that the whole world is against Israel, but little do you know. Do you know how many countries are doing deals with Israel right now? Like Ireland, like China, like all these countries that you think hate Israel. But economically, they're in bed together. But you Clubhouse fucking losers don't know that. I remember that day Harry rhymed off like 20 countries and how much money they were spending. With Israel was spending with them and they were spending with Israel. And people in the room were like, oh. And it's so fucking, it's actually so annoying to hear you guys talk like this. Because it's sad, man. You're the parents of the future generation. And you're so, ill-informed and uneducated. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to insult you in any which way. I wish you could learn and actually do some research instead of going into echo chambers like Amir's rooms, and all you're doing is being indoctrinated with bullshit and lies, and it's just being regurgitated. And then the problem is you end up regurgitating at another stage, and then people just don't say nothing. They don't speak up on it because they're like, it's not worth the argument. But to me, it is. Because I'm really serious. You're the future generation of the next children. And if you're going to be educating them like that, we're in big fucking trouble. Because you're so ill-informed. It's scary. Please, my brother. Just do a simple search of what Israel gives back to the United States and how the funding works.
I just put something in the chat. It's too long to read. And it's actually old. So it hasn't been updated. I think it's probably 5 or 6 years old. And it came about when there was the concept of boycotting. And it just showed what happens if you boycott, what you have to give up, including we could start with the cell phones that you're on and the Pentium chips. And then so some of it is now there's new technology. But even if you just read the part about the medical devices, and God forbid any of you have kidney issues and need dialysis or any of the medications.
Mothers with breast cancer.
So I put it in the chat. It's I don't know. It's an older document. There's newer stuff, but it just gives you an idea. This is also the country that had how many? 25 Nobel prizes.
Just last year alone.
Yeah, and this is not to do a commercial for
just last year alone.
Yeah, so it's just the point that yes, there's a lot provided back, And outside of just the military and the intelligence information given back, there's just a lot of ingenuity that comes back into the United States. That was the point of it.
And it's sad because, and I always get these like Jew haters and Israeli haters every day because I just tell them, why stop supporting Israel right now? Stop. And they always scream, we don't support it. You're on this app, you're supporting Israel. So you're supporting Israel. Is Joseph Kent a Jew hater?
Wow.
I mean, he's going to have some real legal issues. I mean, he's a leaper. Big time legal issues right now.
Maybe you know more about this. Didn't he also vote for support Bernie Sanders as well?
Yes, he was a Democrat and a Sanders supporter. I mean, this guy's like all over the place.
It sounds like he was not very well vetted, and that's how he ended up in the position that he's.
This is the head of our counterterrorism, and he has
it's frightening, isn't it?
to say about Israel. You know,
well, he had a lot to say.
He's in the meetings.
And a few months ago, at a different position, and the guy's kind of all over the place. And I think he's going to have some legal issues. We'll be reading about it.
I don't think with his role and he was supposed to focus on counterterrorism, but he had someone above him. It was also narcotics, right? So when you're talking about what he was read into completely, he's not going to know as much as a lot of people would think, because they keep those silos of information, operational security, like they just keep it OPSEC. So that way it's like need to know basis. So of course there's some assumptions knowing that he knows some things that are going on, but if you look at his actual role, he's counter narcotics, right? So what was leaked, and I don't know, I was sending Abby stuff about it last night. Remember when there was a leak and the press got it, but they did not print it or go forth with an article because they did not want to put the service members at risk.
Yes.
So that's what that issue was right there. So that's why it's interesting to me. Are you making this decision based on your own personal reasons, right? Which you do, that's fair. But then, are you also looking at yourself and saying, are you highly sensitive to the fact or the thought of losing service members due to your own spouse, who was a CIA operative that was killed in I believe in Afghanistan? So it's kind of like, well, then what are we doing here then? Why is he doesn't see that he has that pair of sunglasses on, that he's not really processing it through, because I'm sure he has to be sensitive of that. And he mentioned that in his little, farewell, this is the reason why I'm going. But I don't think he was in the right silo. No, I didn't. And I didn't.
Tucker Carlson?
No, I didn't on purpose, because I wanted to get some, without all of that, I wanted to just say what his role was, what his role was, and then I wanted to be able to. So, but I will. Thank you.
Oh, and also let's be clear here. Like, we've seen this with Marjorie Taylor Greene. We've seen this with Liz Cheney. We've seen this with a bunch of other people. Like, oh look, Joe Kent is suddenly the darling of the mainstream media. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? It's like, well, he's somebody who was that the mainstream media, the liberal mainstream media, could attach to the Trump administration and say, oh look, this person disagrees with the Trump administration, right? And again, the mainstream media hated Marjorie Taylor Greene until she decided that she didn't like Trump anymore. The mainstream media they do this all the time. Liz Cheney is a perfect example. As soon as she was on as soon as she spoke ill of Trump on January 6th, I mean, look, you had John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain, who hated Trump so much and look, she has her reasons, I'm not going to say that, but she ended up landing a seat on the frickin' View. So, this is a media tactic, please be wary of this. I understand where people, Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson has his own thoughts on Donald Trump as well, right? So, all of a sudden, Joe Kent leaves the administration, or leaves, close to an administration. Of course, the mainstream media is going to try to tie this to Trump and look at oh, well, people are defecting the Trump administration. That's a really, really popular narrative for the Democrats to put out there in the months leading up to a midterm election.
It's not just a narrative. He has a lot to say. Like
maybe he does, but the reason
from his own words, not even speculation.
But again, the reason he's getting the white glove treatment that he's getting from the mainstream media, and yes, Tucker Carlson, is because he's going against the Trump administration. It's not because he's winning. They're just
he literally was in those meetings. He was the director.
Right, but if he said a bunch of positive stuff about Donald Trump and said, hey, I was in the Trump administration, I got a bunch of stuff, and I'm leaving for personal reasons, I'm leaving because my wife is about to go give birth too. You think the mainstream media is going out there and having that every single interview show?
We go now to President Trump to get his thoughts on why so many people voted for him when he was clearly the worst possible choice for him.
No, it's not even that. It's not things against Donald Trump. And it was literally in his memo, which I've never seen. And so once you put something like that in the memo, yeah, the sharks are going to come out. Like, what are you saying?
What he also closed with salutation was, it was my distinctive honor to serve. You know, the president. Well, no, I think he said under the Trump administration or this administration.
That's fine. And so now we need to hear his story. And like, he couldn't wait. Like, the second day.
But is there a possibility that he's almost too principled? And if you are too principled in a certain factor, then are you not going to be able to do what's best for America?
This is a weird Joe Biden.
But he was also under investigation from the FBI like way before this. You guys know that, right?
No, I've never heard of that until just recently. That's why I think it's sus.
Well, also he was blocked by the FBI for investigating Charlie Kirk's murder. He said that in the interview. Which goes to show he was under investigation.
See, when you say he wasn't going to be investigated, you know, Charlie Kirk's, they're claiming Israeli involvement. And so, you know, I just find it amazing that birds of a feather flock together. If you're a Jesuit, if you're a Catholic, if you're a Protestant, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Hindu, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Jew, well, guess what? It turns out that the chimpanzees like to eat with the chimpanzees, and the silverbacks like to eat with the silverbacks, and the orangutans like to eat with the orangutans. That's what they found out from that movie, Planet of the Apes, with Charlton Heston. And all I'm trying to say, Rabbono Shel Olam, is thank God we've got that Second Amendment, because we know the First Amendment, you can be censored. You can be deplatformed. You can be removed from the public consciousness. But that Second Amendment protects us from real tyrants, real fascists, real communists that are just tyrants, and they're tyrannical, but not Donald Trump, the most glorious prophet of Islam. Many people think Muhammad was the last prophet in the annals of Islamic and Muslim history, but it's actually Donald John Trump, DJT, the glorious orange one. He's liberating the people of Iran minute by minute with American liberators. And as a taxpayer who's already 40 trillion in the hole and 100 trillion in unfunded debt, I say fuck it. What's another 200 billion to liberate 100 million people from a tyrannical government that rules by Islamic dictate instead of laws, like our beautiful First and Second Amendment? So Rabbono Shel Olam, it's another Shabbos miracle. I'm just so happy this room's been going on for so many days. I'm sure there's so many people that have been emotionally devastated by this room. But let's not forget that this app is actually just an emotional medical device technology company. And we humans are so smart, we create ways to upset one another to peak maximum upsetness with the power of our words. Because if you're Jewish and you understand magic like the Kabbalah, well, you'll know that we're actually all just light trolls, or trolling lightly, kind of like the Miller High Life that I enjoy with an orange juice on the rocks with a little cinnamon on top with the foam. Rabbono Shel Olam, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Kiddushanu Bits mitzvah Lahalik Nershel Shabbat B'nai Pri Hagafen, everybody. Raise it up if you got it. If you got it, raise it up, Rabbono Shalom, liberating Iran minute by minute, day by day.
Shabbat shalom, John.
I'm raising my Aperol Spritz. So the person who asked or said that they blocked him from investigating Charlie Kirk's assassination, well, why would they let him? If you look closely at what his role was in DNI under Tulsi, why would he be investigating that? So I haven't heard the interview. I will, but it's interesting that people are like, oh, trying to make another tentacle of doubt. When why would he be given that information or be tasked to do that underneath his role and exactly what agency he's working for? That doesn't make sense.
Why would he bring it up in the interview?
Again, there's a lot of because maybe he wanted to, and maybe he sat there and said, well, that's not under your purview. We already have a team for that. We already have X, Y, and Z. You're not read in on X, Y, and Z. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're counter narcotics, then why are you investigating that? Just in layman's thought term.
You said he was the director of the whole operation. What do you mean?
Counter, but his focus. Never mind. I will just say it one more time, and then I'll go.
Where do you see that specific?
Let me Google that for you, Othello.
Exactly. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go on.
I didn't know Clubhouse was a Google search, Othello. You know, if you really think that the Israelis assassinated Charlie Kirk and it wasn't some trans-liberal Furby, like Kash Patel tells us, well, I don't know what planet you live on where you can't trust the head of the FBI, Othello.
On the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and it says that in this role, he led the U.S. counterterrorism and counter-narcotics. So I think that's disingenuous to make it seem like he only focused on counter-narcotics.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the murder of a private citizen?
Thank you.
That's insane, dude. Like, respectfully.
It wasn't on government property.
You have to look at everything.
He wasn't an asset.
Counterterrorism. Wouldn't you have to look at everything?
So, okay, so if the going narrative on Charlie Kirk was that he was killed by Tyler Robinson, who was a private citizen, what the heck does that have to do with counterterrorism?
I can't join the President Trump house.
Would he be considered, one, would he be considered a domestic terrorist? Two, what if they didn't believe that it was Tyler? Why wouldn't they look at everything?
Right, but again, if what you're saying, you're speaking in doublespeak here, which is, let's just say the running government narrative from the FBI is that Charlie Kirk was killed by a private citizen. So then, therefore, the whole government narrative surrounding this entire thing, the bullshit conspiracy theory is that they're trying to cover up, and their story is that he was killed by Tyler Robinson, and this guy's in the government. He's going, this is not true. I think it was really by Mossad. I think that Charlie Kirk was really killed by Mossad. Then don't you think it would be in their best interest to be like, yeah, you need to go another direction? Again, I don't believe that this to be true. I believe that Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson and not by Mossad. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I did. Then wouldn't the government have every single reason to step in to a guy who's a counterterrorism expert and a drug expert or a narcotics expert and say, hey, there's nothing to see here. This doesn't have to do with counterterrorism. This doesn't have to do with it. This is not in your purview.
No, but I understand that, Phil. Why was he blocked?
That's an answer to your question.
No, but being blocked is totally different, guys.
Okay, so if he's the director, he's not going to sit there and look over every death, every single private citizen that is shady, how many people will get killed randomly by people.
He wasn't your random private citizen. Right? Come on, he was a huge public figure.
Okay, but listen, never mind. You don't understand how the government works, so I'll just...
Oh, I know. You understand everything how the government works. Yes, nobody knows nothing. Only you do.
Yes, that's true. I only work for the government.
Like how the whole things after the fact were very suspect, and they were blocked from looking into it. Like how he jumped out from the building and the gun being disassembled and all that stuff. I think that's what he was telling Tucker.
Sure, and you can believe all of that and still acknowledge the fact that this guy who's snooping around the government, who's in counterterrorism and narcotics, and then goes after Charlie Kirk, that somebody in a higher up position might go, yeah, you don't have the purview to go anywhere near that, and then he gets blocked from that. That seems pretty rough.
Chloe wanted me to read for PTR to the room. You guys see it?
Maybe look.
Okay.
You
This is Joe Kent's tweet on, when was it? I'm going to try to find the date here. 1/8/2020. 20 what? You know, like I'm missing the rest of the year.
August. It's August.
Oh, this past August. Okay. Definitely, I personally think we should have crushed their ballistic and nuke capes, but Trump has a plan. He has definitely earned the confidence of any clear-eyed observer.
That was at 2020, Abby.
Okay. I'm just reading Chloe's. Chloe, do you want to put something else in the chat? The subject was around thanks. I mean, there's all kinds of inconsistent tweets.
Okay, so that came from 2020. Is that what you're saying, KK?
Yes, it's in Chloe's picture.
She was just referring to the subject of Iran. It looks like nothing about, you know what I mean? Of course you would want to know his views all the way through. It doesn't matter what year, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's part of the whole screening process. They drill you with that to see if there's any personal thoughts or whatever that you could be an actual threat to what the overall mission is for the department. I mean, they screen you like that. It's gnarly. It's not like basic governmental clearance screening.
It's an intense test. It's a very intense test.
And listen, he like everyone else. I don't like when people like dig up these tweets or things from 10, 20, 15 years ago, because people are allowed to change their minds, you know. So I'll go listen to the Hunter Kent interview. Who liked it? Who else? Did you guys like it or what?
I think Beaver did it. You watched the whole thing or no?
I watched most of it. I wasn't giving it my 100% attention, but yeah, the main things were, I think he didn't think that it was an imminent threat. Iran was an imminent threat, and then they also mentioned he was blocked from investigating Charlie Kirk. I think those were the two takeaways, really, and it wasn't really any groundbreaking.
And well, he also said that Charlie Kirk stopped him in the Oval Office and said, "You have to make sure that we do not go to war with Iran."
Yeah, he did say something like that. Yeah, that's true.
And just to be clear here, if you start a sentence with, I think the Jews are responsible for blank, that gets you a spot on Tucker Carlson in 2026.
Did he say Jews?
I'm just saying. Like Tucker, I used to have a lot of respect for Tucker. I don't anymore.
So I think this guy is probably puts the media in a real tough position, is because he's an 11-time combat vet, and that really gives you like a prestige that it makes it really tough. Even if he's probably wrong about something, it's like, how do we handle this? You know, because who would be harder to criticize than someone like that? Like, even if the points on their merit don't stand.
The one that was in those meetings, like he's.
You know, I'm saying that, like, yeah, but they have to really be delicate with how they criticize him.
But the media is not criticizing Joe Kent, though. They're looking at him with a newfound respect because he dared to go against the Trump administration. So the media, he's a darling in the media right now.
Right. I should have said, like, the right media, like the right side media, and maybe the administration and whatnot. They got to be really.
Hey, Beaver. Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not discrediting his service, but your statement of 11-time deployment
I want you to understand. I knew Marines that had over 18 deployments, but they were mechanics on a FOB. So just putting that up.
Yeah, he lost his wife too, right? I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's probably part of I don't know, they probably consider this how they respond to whatever allegations you make.
He was a paramilitary officer.
But what right-wing media is using, like, is going hands off with him right now, like Fox News. I mean, the Trump administration's obviously pissed at him because they think he was a Laker, so they're not going gloves off. And then the left-wing media and Tucker Carlson, like, again, this guy's trying to drum up conspiracies about Charlie Kirk. Of course Tucker's going to go nuts about it. Like, again, I'm trying to figure out who it is that is trying to go be careful with this guy. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Has he gone on with Sean yet? Has he, Sean Ryan? I think Sean might be kind of, pluck his brain better, switch him up, and see what his narratives are.
Like, I mean, obviously Tucker's anxious to have this guy on. He's going against the Trump administration, and Tucker has been very, very openly against the war in Iran. So this guy's going, like, and again, the mainstream media, your CNNs, your kind of legacy media, of course they're going to be excited about this guy.
Yeah, all initial, the very first, because that's the hot booking, right? So when especially for Hunter's team, that's the hot booking. Everybody wants him to have the first interview. But then why Hunter? Why did he say yes to Hunter? Because he knew Hunter was going to be a little bit more open to everything that he's going to have to say, because he knew Hunter would like what he said, right? Why didn't he even just have do his own video or whatnot and share what he wanted to share? But I think it's interesting. One, he went directly first to Hunter, and then two, the speed of it. Like, going from there to that, like, regardless if you're now a civilian, you're no longer a governmental employee, you still have to adhere to a lot of the security rules of what you can say, what you can't say, to include, like, what you write down on books as well. That has to always be cleared as well. So I think it's kind of odd that you would go, like, the next day
so
to
you're
record
saying you're talking
that
Tucker,
and
you're talking
book
about
it? Yeah.
Tucker, not Hunter. I'm hearing Hunter.
Sorry. I'm doing
Tucker.
things at one time.
Oh no,
Yes,
you're good.
Is Tucker a part of any legacy media? He's not, right? Like, he went straight to, like, the podcast realm.
No, he was on Fox News for
He was on CNN for a long time, and Fox.
But he's on his own now, right?
Yeah, it was sort of. Yeah, more or less he's on his own, depending on who you ask. But yeah, more or less he's on his own.
To a podcaster instead of going through legacy media.
I would be really hesitant to call Tucker an independent journalist at this point, considering who he's allegedly taking a crap load of money from. Cough, Qatar, cough.
Well, no one saw this coming. Like, this is almost like if Kash Patel would have defected, which I don't think he ever will. Didn't he make, like, a book of himself as, like, some dragon protecting Trump? I don't think he'd ever do that.
I got a question. If they find the market, like, if Tucker finds a market where if he starts criticizing Israel or whatever, and he's like, wow, look at my numbers, kind of thing, or Candace Owens, and they find this niche, like, I mean, that could explain it. Sorry, go ahead, Father.
The numbers are just generating big numbers because it's sensational. It's not any different than the National Enquirer.
What are you guys' thoughts on the news that I received that the CIA was wanting to kill Tucker for whatever reason? I mean, does anybody know exactly what that's all about?
The CIA.
Sensational National Enquirer.
Is that coming from Father?
I don't know.
Tucker said it. Tucker came out and said that.
Yeah.
And doesn't Candace Owens also think that, like, there's all this...
The Jewish Bible ends.
Right.
Or something like that.
I don't know. I just wish her a yeast infection if I have like all this power as a Jew, that's what I wish upon her for the rest of her life. And him, I think I wish Jokic to him.
Wow.
Maybe that's why Janice is always screaming.
But you liked Tucker at one point in Candace Owen, no? Or maybe not, but just correct me.
What?
Did you like Tucker and Candace at one point?
I mean, I used to watch him on Fox.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a bit smug. Like, I'm a Hannity person. I like him much more. I loved O'Reilly when he was on. I'm sure you guys can jump on me and say that he was bad, but I really liked him.
I thought O'Reilly.
Yeah, Tucker was. He was really good, and Tucker was never my favorite. I just felt he was smug, and she. I don't know. I didn't really. I mean, I was never ingratiated by it, but maybe other people were. But somehow she really shifted.
She was really, really good for a period of time. So she was really bad when she started. She actually went on Rogan, and he absolutely destroyed her in a podcast. She really didn't know her stuff at all. And then to her credit, she got educated. She read a lot, got really, really interesting, and read up a lot, and became what the Brexit movement and all this kind of stuff was a really interesting figure in American politics. She joined with TPUSA at this point and was, I would say, shadowing Charlie Kirk, but there was rumors that the two of them were together and all this other type of stuff. But anyways, she was well connected with Turning Point USA and became a lot more mainstream and became a mainstream political figure. She joined Daily Wire for a while, and then at a certain period of time, you can all make your assumptions as to why it was or whatever. But she just completely went off the rails and became just embroiled in certain.
Did they have a falling out, Ben? Ben Shapiro? What happened there?
This is what you will, but what I think ended up. Again, this is just my gut reaction, and again, this is tabloid stuff. My gut reaction is she made a move on Charlie. He refused her and ended up dating the blonde chick, and that pissed her off, and that led to their falling out. But there's a lot of speculation as to why she left. And then, obviously, like I said, she ended up with Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro's organization. So, and that.
I loved her Kamala series. Her Kamala series was spot on. It was so good.
She's done some amazing work. She really has.
Kiki, did you like the Chrome thing? Like, what were you? Did you like that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
The stuff she did on Brigitte.
Yes. That was good too. She brought all the receipts and facts, and I doubled down and looked into it myself, and oh yeah, she's right. Timeline, yeah.
So is it a man, you said?
Yeah. His name is Jean-Michel.
Jeez. But where did these folks? Did they start creeping into QAnon territory at that point? I kind of dished Candace Owen and Tucker Carlson probably for the most part, probably the last 2 years. I mean, no different than I dished Fox News 5 years ago. I just dished all those people because they're all beholden to something. You know what I mean? They all go, like Abby's saying, it's all sensualism and clicks and money and they're not really, at some point, it's almost like they don't believe what they're saying. I mean, I don't even know. I just gave up on that. You know what I mean? At one point, it felt like they were organic, right, Ben? I mean, it felt like it was, they were really doing reporting. It was real. You know what I mean? Now they're all fighting. At that point, Ben, they were all fighting over who could be the most salacious right-winger at that point until they ran into Dick Fuentes like Candace Owen did and realized it was a game for it. You know what I mean?
So here's my thoughts on Tucker. So Tucker was, again, we all know his background at MSNBC and then Fox and all that, and then he got fired from Fox and then started his own organization. He's actually from where I live up here in Maine, and I actually had a conversation with Pepe about this morning actually. And Tucker was really, really interesting for a period of about 6 months or so because it was here's a journalist who has really deep embedded ties into the Trump administration, etc. His son works for J.D. Vance. He's somebody who's really, really, really interesting perspectives on a wide variety of issues. And now that he's fully independent and not beholden to anybody, you can actually hear kind of a peek behind the curtain. And so that was kind of like, oh my gosh, wow, this is going to be really, really good. And he became really, really popular for that reason. He's like, I'm starting my own YouTube channel. I'm going to do this stuff. Like, it's going to be long frame kind of stuff like this. And it's going to be content around whatever it was, once a week or something like that. And he would just come out and talk about the news of the day, but doing it from a really, really fascinating perspective. And it really was much watched journalism. And I don't know at what point this happened, how far along into this process. He had the awesome opportunity to interview Vladimir Putin and fly to Russia. And when he did, it was like, okay, here's an opportunity for an independent journalist who's not beholden to a network to really ask hard-hitting questions of this pseudo-dictator in Russia. And what it was a cupcake dog and pony show for how great Russia was. I don't know how else to call it that. If you watch the documentary and come away with anything else.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Then you realize that he chooses to stay over there. They can hold him.
Oh, no doubt.
You realize that. You're worth that.
No doubt. But also with like the grocery store scene of that I think it was towards the end of it, where he talked about how lovely it was and all this kind of stuff. And then even more recently, he bought a house in Qatar, which, like, there's a bunch of other stuff where it suddenly became like, well, wait a second. The entire brand of Tucker post Fox was the fact that he is an independent journalist, and he's not beholden to anybody. And then all of a sudden it became, well, wait a second, is he beholden to anybody? And who is supporting him and who is funding him? And I'm sorry, he started pushing conspiracy theories. He started pushing he wasn't just quote unquote asking questions anymore. He was asking questions and pushing narratives. So again, if you like Tucker, if you want to watch the show regularly,
Ribono Shalom, is this the Tucker Carlson complaint hotline?
Who did he use for a recommendation for his son? Was it Hunter Biden that he was friends with? And then he was always bashing the Biden family. Or am I misremembering this? I thought he used someone for a recommendation for his son to get into school somewhere.
I know that his son is working. I know one of his sons, anyways, is working for is a press secretary or something like that for the vice president. For Vance, thank you for the vice president.
When I look at the Tucker Carlsons, when I look at the Candace Owens, when I look at the Charlie Kirks, and most recent Joseph Kent, there seems to be a growing movement of right-wingers that want to, I guess, scale back their support for Israel. And that's what I'm seeing growing on that side. So it's interesting that those two would connect, and that
Othello, if it ain't Jews, it ain't news. Come on, Othello. It's fucking propaganda. They're content pushers. They push content.
Let Othello finish. Othello, go ahead, finish.
And so for Joseph Kent to be in such a high position, director of counterterrorism, not just like somewhere in the office, the director of it, and to come out and push these sentiments, which at one point in time was considered crazy when Candace Owens says it, but to literally put it in his memo after being in those meetings, there seems to be this growing movement where people feel like they're not putting America first, and these are right-wingers, and I don't know what it's going to morph into.
There's some investigation, Othello, yeah? There's a Qatar connection, a big Qatar connection, and I think that as this gets investigated, as Tucker gets it, there's just stuff they're finding, but there may be that common denominator. You see that common denominator in a lot of the issues in the universities. It keeps coming back to Qatar and money. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I can flood the chat with articles about this, but I think as this investigation goes forward, we're going to learn more. But there's definitely that common denominator.
Just ask the room the question: what do you guys think of Sean Ryan? Because I truly enjoy him because he's had pretty diverse group of individuals that came on, and he's been pretty independently aggressive with individuals
I don't know who he is. If you want to drop a link.
Yeah, Sean Ryan.
He's a former Navy SEAL, I believe.
Yeah, former Navy SEAL. He was a Navy SEAL. He got out. He ended up making a minute career in the CIA, and then he got fired because he did drugs, and he admitted to it, and he went to independent journalist, and like he ended up having a lady who was a campaign fundraiser for Joe Biden, and ended up spilling a lot of the guts, and poor lady got targeted by the far left Democrats. But yeah, Sean Ryan show. I'll try and drop a link.
See, Abby, I think you're kind of deflecting with regards to what Othello is trying to put forward. Othello, why don't you go ahead and say the quiet part out loud that you're referring to?
I just noticed patterns. And this Joseph Kid thing just blew everything out of the water.
You're a pattern recognition person. That's interesting. I think most people recognize patterns.
Megatron, we're having a difficult time hearing you. If you slow down just a bit, I think we can hear you. You just start cracking up. Okay.
Yeah, and try not to be so triggered.
All right, I might be restarting the room because this thing's kind of, I don't know, jacked up right now.
Hey, Jack.
Not you. People have been removed at one point. I don't even know. This is from last night when I think I modded everybody. We were talking about the situation that happened last time. And it's getting weird numbers in the hallways. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. So I might just go into solo mode and just throw up a room, guys. Maybe give me like, I don't know, half hour or so. Need to do one or two things, but I appreciate it. This is actually another room that went a whole, basically almost 2 days. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty funny how we just do that, but
been some of the funnest rooms, bro, in a long time.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's been fun.
Kind of like the old days, Jack, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Matt, I think Sarah has a lot of people blocked. So just for future reference, man, you think maybe...
Well, we got a new game plan, and you'll probably see what will happen here. We're going to give it a try, and hopefully it works. No guarantees, but I think the extended rooms seem to be a pretty big hit, right? I mean, it seems like everybody just wants a room to hang out in at any hour and see their favorite characters show up and make a mess of it. So, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to close down. Everybody go get drinks, do whatever you need to do.
Basketball.
Yeah, I'm actually watching that in the distance here. I haven't had a chance to watch any of it.
I'm totally the only person right now watching NBA right now.
Beaver, what do you think of St. Louis?
I was going to say, Miss KK, I sent you a message last night. I was told by the military community to reach out to you. So, yeah, just figure I'd let you know, Miss KK.
Are you killing the room now, Matt, or are you keeping it open until you open the other one?
Oh, no, I'll close it down completely.
Okay.
And, Beaver, did you want to answer Abby's question?
Yeah, because they looked really good, so I can still do a futures on them. You know, like with crazy odds.
I think Michigan will probably kill them, but you know it is March Madness, so I don't want to tell you one way or the other. But I would say I don't think they can get past Michigan.
It's 30,000 to 1.
I was it's a 30,000 sports better, Abby, but that's kind of funny. That's awesome.
That's funny. 30,000 to 1.
No, he knows there's some like really insane odds on these long shots.
Who do you go through?
Oh, either Station or MGM.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to let some...
Really well.
I hate to interrupt, but I want to let some people in this room know that I am reporting you. And the truth is there are words that we can't say, like the R word. And I am the R word.
Cool. All right. See you guys at the next room / whatever.
I'll see you then, man. Thanks.
God bless, guys.
Is the R word retard?
I am retarded.
All right, y'all. What happened with Ajax? Oh, is Ajax still there? I didn't even see him on stage.
Awful, horrible, terrible. It's just so awful, bro, that you had this terrible room for like 3 days straight. There were so many awful, horrible, terrible people that came in here that just made it such an awful, horrible, terrible experience. But I'm sure we're going to meet some...
You're a bitch ass, Kitover.
I have Acek on record roasting me for the Chicago mayoral campaign. And he's like, no one's going to trust you, bro, because I have no faith in you and I wouldn't vote for you. It is the funniest interaction, and I am using it in my campaign materials. Thank you, Dr. Acek.
He's an amazing man. Amazing man. He's royalty on the app.
He's fearless. This man is fearless. I would go to war with him. He would be unstoppable. I would promote him to a 5-star general of the South Sudanese army if I could.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
He'd be a nurse at best.
See you guys.
I live currently in Philly, so I congregate.
Stinning, Callie, however you say it. Rabono Shalom. I'm laughing about the collectibles market because I have this Donald Trump, Make America Great Again hat. And in the future, I can already people saying like, oh, he's got that back. It's like, you don't know what a collectible is? It's called the collectibles marketplace, not the complaint marketplace. Oh.
I read the room seconds, count exits with my eyes. I finish every sentence before it even arrives.
Okay, so you want some more Clubhouse? Let's see what we can find. Let's see what Megatron can find. We found it.
Yeah, I'm frying some chicken. Get up, put it down for it. This man do some investigation of who I am.
This is Megatron.
Nigga, Megatron came in my head with the super troll. Yo, bro, it's Friday. I get it. What's going on?
Are you the commander of Megatron?
Nah, we not doing this tonight, bro. You gonna act normal? I don't know who you are, but you gonna act normal?
I am here to speak with the Supreme Commander and Master of Megatron.
Breath ass. Hot breath ass, nigga breath ass, middle smelling breath ass. Yo, Megatron, yo, smelling ass. Diesel fluid smelling ass.
You don't get garlic on your cheese pizza.
You smelled the inside of a female.
What was the last time you smelled the inside of your shoe?
Yeah, my son is an asshole. Yo, Megatron, what's the last porno you watch? I know you got a fucking crazy history. You kind of wild tonight, Terrell.
Damn.
Nah, I'm just saying. Yo, Megatron.
Sounds to me like you need to go out and try to meet some people. Try to get on Hinge and meet a beautiful woman. Maybe go on Bumble.
I know the history on your cookies look crazy. You probably be watching all type of shit, bro. Yo, Megatron, tell us, bro, what type of porno you be watching? Bro?
You're projecting.
I'm not projecting. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, to be honest with you, I'll probably be done called a 25-year-old right now. But, yo, Megatron,
Nick
if you be doing what you doing right now, you ought to be spanking your monkey every night. So what's going on? What type of porno you be watching, bro?
Nick Cell of Megatron. Nick Cell of Megatron.
Shit. No, this is wild. Yo, Megatron, what's going on, man?
I'm just here to have open discussions with future slaves.
How many people in your home right now? How many people
Name of this room is called Open Discussions.
Yo, Megatron, you hear me, man?
I have perfect hearing because I am from a solar system 100,000 light years away. I have been battling Optimus Prime for the past 2 millennia. And you think that you're going to tell me on a Friday evening, you Nick Cell, that you are here for open discussions? I am here to plan for the invasion of your planet.
Spanking his shit hard, bro. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I got a few joints that you. Where you live at, Megatron? Where you live at?
I was born in. He kicked me.
Thank you.
Too late. Buddy was burning my ears up. I ain't gonna lie, I'm waiting to see what's behind it. Like, bitch, you sound like.
Yeah, well, if that is the case, then that changes things, because I feel like if he was just saying that you commit the fallacies, like you commit a Montebello fallacy, and then you guys questioned him, then yeah, I would say that he could identify the structure without knowing which one is the belly or the Mott. But then if he specifically said, do you know what a Mott and belly is?
Yeah, exactly. That was.
I never said no. I never said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey is? No. Yes. I said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is? No.
He said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is?
Yes.
That's the word.
Not what a Mott and Bailey is.
Correct. He said, you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is? And I said, what is the Bailey? What was the Bailey? Yeah.
I don't know what the date is. So in that argument, Chloe's the battle to go.
Well, it's difficult because I feel like
Beamer, take a knee and gather your thoughts, man.
Beamer, this is Megatron. I have come to enslave planet Earth from low IQ socialists like yourself. You are easy pickings. Silence yourself. This is Megatron speaking. I have been battling Optimus Prime for the past 1,000 years across the solar system.
Israeli-Palestinian fucking conflict. Why are you not? You should not be on fucking Clubhouse, okay?
No one here cares about your consent agreements and your stupid power words. You are weak, Beamer, and you will be our slave. But Optimus Prime is standing in our way from total decimation of your planetary system. And Chillism and Nathan the artist, the low IQ zombie of Clownhouse who can't stop creating these brain rot rooms, we will enslave him too.
I knew it was Kitover. Kitover, do you know what? I was going to say this has to be Kitover, but you gave away one of your phrases. You gave yourself right away. Okay, do you want to hang out or do I have to move you? Okay, hang out. Hang out. So this is my
assemble.
So this is who is that your son? Kitover?
That is Optimus Prime, my arch nemesis. I have been battling him for 1,000 years.
Okay, so this is ultimately what's going on. I think
it's a bigger conflict.
Incan can absolutely
expands gap.
Mute Optimus Prime. Mute him.
Is this Kitover and Goo?
Next time Optimus Prime opens his mouth, mute him or put him in the goo where he belongs.
Circumstantial
Tell me why. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, hold on. So, Bima, acknowledge that at the very beginning of his statement, he says, do you know what knowledge does? Right? So he's not actually addressing an argument that knowledge is made at all, but what he's doing right now is setting him up to insult him by placing a quote-unquote fallacy there to his pattern of behavior. So this is the first unfortunate mistake that he made here, right? Do you agree or disagree?
I heavily disagree.
Not you.
No.
You don't know what's going on.
Let me prove it. Yo Knowledge, are you there?
What's going on?
Yo Knowledge, are you there?
Do you think
Yo Knowledge. Can you get off the mic real quick? I just want to bite this in the ass real quick. Yo, no knowledge. Get off the mic.
Come on. Stop taking care of your business.
Anyway, look. Okay. Appreciate it. Come on, you. Oh, with the white. Okay, gotcha.
God damn.
Oh my God, bro! You honestly hear what Don is out there, bro. Holy shit, bro!
All right, Bima, check this out, right? So we know that there's this line of effect here, and I just ran this, right? So it's pretty clear that he is trying to insult knowledge's good name. Okay? So this is what I use the word authority is because he's positioning himself as a know-it-all. He knows
That's not
about
true.
knowledge.
I disagree.
Hold on, man.
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety your force, I am the God who giveth all. $20 I ask you to sacrifice. Nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 20 wavelengths.